Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy, blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon each and every one of you. So today we're talking about the prohibition of slandering, the prohibition of bad talking people, the prohibition of gossiping, or the prohibition of, you can say that, going from one person to the next person to instigate the discord between them, or to plant the seed of hatred or the seed of enmity and the jealousy in the hearts of the people. So inshallah, this is what we are going to talk this evening, inshallah, from the book Riyaadh Saaliheen. So the first verse that I want to mention, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Hammazim Masha'im bin Amim, a slanderer going about with calumnies, with slandering. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also talks about Ma yalfizu min qawlin illa ladayhi raqibun atib. Not a word does he or she utter, but there is a watcher by him ready to record it. There is a watcher by her ready to record it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these verses, He is condemning the people, those who engage themselves in slandering, in defamation of character, or in character assassinations, or in evil speaking of others. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also condemns those, the scandal mongers, or those who carry the tales from one person to the next person. And then we have a hadith of Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam where he says that La yadkhulul jannata nammamun. Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that the person who goes about with slandering will never enter Jannah. He or she will not enter into the paradise. So it shows the seriousness of this topic, or this issue, that how serious this slandering is in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said, La yadkhulul jannata qattatun, the one who goes around people, the one who backbite, the one who slander, especially the one who slander, and the one who goes around people instigating the discord between them and carrying the tales in order to corrupt the relations between the people, in order to corrupt their mind and corrupt their heart, he or she will not enter into the paradise. So it's important, my brothers and sisters, that we should avoid these kind of things, and this is something very common among us. This is very common among all of us, that on a daily basis we tend to gossip, we tend to slander, and sometimes we don't have any truth in it, just because somebody said certain things to us, or we heard from here or there. Just because of it, we start to slander people and we start to gossip people. And Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also mentioned, and let me read what Imam al-Nawawi mentioned under the commentary of this beautiful hadith. La yadkhulul jannata nammamun, the person who goes about with slandering will not enter into the paradise. He says that the person who thinks that tale bearing is lawful, tale bearing is right and is permissible, and practices it to create conflict and quarrel among the people, despite the fact that he knows it is unanimously forbidden, he or she will not or will never go to Jannah, because he knows that this is haram and this is wrong or this is impermissible, but he or she still engages. So Imam al-Nawawi mentioned that he will never go to Jannah, because intentionally he is doing it. And the person who considers it unlawful but does it out of human weaknesses, we are a human, sometimes we commit mistakes and we do the minor, sometimes major sins unknowingly, sometimes intentionally as well, but we consider that whatever we did, that is wrong, that is, at least we accept the mistake. This is what Allah wants from us, to accept the mistakes, to accept the sin. So Imam al-Nawawi mentioned that the person who considers it unlawful, that means that slandering, who considers the slandering as unlawful, but does it because of human weaknesses, in the first instance, he will go to the hell. If Allah does not pardon him for it, he will then be shifted to Jannah after suffering punishment for it. Means that although that individual is committing that sin of slandering, and he or she knows that this is unlawful, but they do it because of the human weaknesses, and if Allah don't forgive him, so he will face certain situations in the life of the hereafter, and then eventually he will be shifted to the paradise. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us and to guide us and to protect us against this slandering. And as I was mentioning that, this slandering is very common among us. And also, my brothers and sisters, I also want to tell you that, people, those who come to you and they drop the tales, or they drop the news in your ears, or they, do the gossips with you. And, sometimes we like to sit in those gatherings where gossip is going on, where backbiting is going on, where people are tarnishing others' character, where there is a character assassination. Sometimes, unfortunately, few of us or some of us tend to attend those gatherings. Al-Ayazu Billah, we ask Allah to protect us. And we think that the people, those who bring these tales to us, or these gossips to us, or these kind of news to us, we think that they are our well-wisher, or they are our good wisher. But in reality, they are the one that when you will say something, or when you will do something, they're going to carry your news to others as well. They're going to drop your news to others as well. The way they are dropping others, the news of others, or the tales of others, or whatever it is in your ears, in the same way they will do with you as well. They will do with you as well. So avoid those people, avoid such people, and don't allow people to corrupt your mind. Don't allow people to corrupt your heart about somebody. So if A is coming to you, for example, if A is coming to you and is bad talking the B, so make sure that you just don't believe on him or on her as it is. And especially if this gossip, or if this backbiting, or if this slandering is coming from the family member. From the family member, what does it mean? For example, if A is bringing the news to you, or A is slandering, in front of you about B, and B is the relative of A. I hope you're understanding. A and B are both our relative, family members. So that is for sure is a lie. For in most cases, 99.9% cases. Why? Because we know that there is a lot of hatred, most of the time there is a lot of jealousy and the enmity among the family members. So that is why I don't want you to, have good attentions, or have good intentions, or have good heart for the B, or for his relative, or for his family member. So that is why he also wants you to have a, wrong heart, or the bad heart, or the bad intention for the people that he or she does not like. So that is why, my brothers and sisters, don't allow people to corrupt your mind. Don't allow people to corrupt your heart. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from backbiting. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from slandering. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from all those things which can cause, the displeasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I also wanted to share another hadith concerning to this, where Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Ibn Abbas narrated this hadith. He says that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, anna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam marra biqabrayni faqala innahuma yu'azzabani wa ma yu'azzabani fi kabirin bala innahu kabirun aw kama qala Islam. Once Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed by two graves and said that both of them are being tortured. People, those who were in those graves, or those persons, those who were in these two graves, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling to his companions, because Allah has given the knowledge to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and certain knowledge of the unseen as well, which was given and gifted to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam by Allah or through the permission of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam once passing by the grave, so he saw the two people those who were in the graves, they were being tortured. And then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said they are not being tortured for a small sin. They are not being tortured, for some kind of for a major sin, but indeed they are a great sin. Although it's not a major sin, but the severity or the danger that this sin can cause, it's very disturbing, it's very destructive as well. So then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that one of them is being tortured in the grave is because he used to not to save himself from being soiled with his urine. Means that whenever he is using the washroom or attending to the call of nature, or whenever he is urinating, so after urinating, he never used to clean himself properly, and just using the washroom, pulling up the underwears or the underpants and zip up, and that's it. So he never cared about cleaning himself with the water or with a tissue or with a cloth or with even the stone. If you don't have the water or the cloth is available, even the stone is a tahir. Stone is a purifier as well, especially in the desert. If you are, means that they were always negligent. They were always negligent. They were always careless when it comes to cleaning their private parts. After using the washroom, after attending to the call of nature, so they just used to drop it, whatever they had to drop it, and that's it. No cleaning. So remember, at-tuhuru shatrul iman. The cleanliness is the half of the faith, is the half of our iman. So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that sin is so severe in the sight of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, so serious in the sight of Allah, that in the graves people will be punished just because while they were urinating, the drops of the urine were splashing on their clothes. So it's important, my brothers and sisters, that whenever, so mostly if you are traveling and if you are places where you don't have the proper washroom, sometimes people, they just, especially the men, they just stand and they urinate on the sides of the roads, on the highways, on the byways. First of all, you should find a place where you can hide yourself, because this is something that, Islam promotes the shyness. Islam encourages the shyness, not just pull your pant and in front of people just urinating. This is not a decent thing. This is not a decent thing. So try to find a space or a place where you have a little bit privacy. I know certain cases, you don't have any other option, but don't just go openly and publicly without any shame and just doing anything and everything. No, there are limits. There are teachings of the Islam which helps us to be the modest person, which encourages us to be the modest person. Modesty is appreciated. Modesty is the part of Islam, is the shobatul iman, is one of the pillar of Islam. It's very important being modest, and our action should be done in a modest way as well. So it's important to protect yourself from the splashes or from the drops of the urine and from those impurities, especially while you are urinating or after you're done with that business. Make sure that you clean yourself. There is no anything. I know there is a sickness as well, which they say, how they say, urine incontinence, something like that. That people, those who have some kind of sickness, that after they attend the call of nature, after they urine, still some drops of urine still pass, although they clean themselves properly, but still it passes. Allah knows better. That is this punishment is not for those people, because that is a sickness, that is a disease, because they clean themselves properly, but still that does not happen. That is Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, out of His mercy, He will forgive those individuals. So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that one of them is punished in the grave because he was not able to save himself from being soiled with his urine, and the other one used to go about with calumnies among the people to rouse the hostilities. One goes to a person and tells him that so and so says about him such and such evil things. Means that the person who used to slander, and used to go from one person to the next person just to instigate the discord or the hatred in the minds of the people, just to divide them and to cause the unity and to cause the hatred. So Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that these people will be punished, and we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to not to be among such people. And then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also said, Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrated this hadith, that ala unabbi'ukum mal ghadhu, that Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that, shall I tell you what is al-adhu? What is al-adhu? Falsehood and slandering. What is falsehood and slandering? It is calumny which is committed among the people. It is hatred which is committed among the people. It is, this tale bearing, or this gossip spreading which is committed among the people. So we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to protect us from this. So Jazakallah for listening, Jazakallah for watching, and share to others so that others can also benefit. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.